Alright, here we go. With the camera. I do this every week. I'm sorry. I think I have it, and then it actually goes to the video. And I don't have it. I don't have it at all. Alright, hello and welcome to episode 64. My name is Meg, and I am the diary behind Battlefield Studios, and I will be your host for today. You are joining me on a very sunny Rockville day. It's a Friday, and I am almost on spring break. I have just 2 more days. I'm so ready. I will be spending my break. Oh, hello! She see her? Yay! I will be spending my break in Philly, but I decided that if I didn't podcast this week, then I absolutely 100% would not have a chance to podcast next week because I'll be home and I'm really not sure what our days are going to look like. So, possible live something, but no promises. Today I'm drinking tea. I've already had my cup of coffee, or 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee. This does a lot. I'm drinking Santa's Secret, which is, I know, one of Candace's favorite teas. Candace from the Pin, Feathers, and Pearl podcast. So yes. Just 1 little sugar in there. Barely needs it. It's so good. So good. So yes, how are you all on this Friday? I hope that you're not buried in snow. And yeah, ours melted. Ours melted quite a bit, so it's not that bad outside. Sorry, the sun is coming around the building. That's what those lovely little shadows are going to be. We're going to talk fast-ish. All right, so yes, here we go. The first thing is the cows that are going on right now. You can find us on Instagram and Ravelry, and in the Ravelry right now I have 2 threads going, one for the Shusui Shrug Along and one for the Hogwarts class cow. So the Shusui Shrug, which I'm so bad I haven't worked on again. I got obsessed with something else, but I am going to get back to this because I do love it. I am not giving up on it. It's in a tiny hibernation. It's going to get back. Anyway, so here it is. My little drunk yarn overs every time. So bad. So yes, my Shusui Shrug. Coming right along. It is not up to the point where you get to the elbow yet, but it's gonna get there. Let's see if I can mildly put it on. Yeah, it's about here. It's not too far, but it's gonna be so cute. I'm so excited. I really need to work on this. But yes, so this is the Shusui Shrug. I think I'm saying that right. It's by Suzanne Summer, and you can find it on Ravelry, and I am hosting it along with Allison of Lofty Loops, Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn, her mom, Christy from Yarn Cafe Creations, and Hannah from the Corner of Craft. So, and myself. So you have tons of chances to win prizes by entering in all different kinds of threads. Hannah is handling the international side of things so that shipping isn't too bad for anybody. And yeah, so this is coming along really nicely. It just has not been worked on again this week. And you'll soon see why, if you haven't already on the Instagram. But yes, I figured I'd bring that in there just so that you could get a little catch up of what it looks like and that it still exists. I swear I haven't frogged it or anything. And then the Hogwarts class cal is where you design or knit with yarn that has anything to do with Hogwarts classes, books, subjects, teachers, students, tying it in some way. I'm making McGonagall socks in my Dobby bag from Lila Styles. And I'm working with Nomadic Yarns in the McGonagall colorway. Finally, so excited. But yeah, haven't worked on these since last time either. So they're still just a tiny toe whip. I actually don't think I took them downstairs, which is the problem. If it sits up in the loft, I don't spend as much time in the loft as I was in the summer, and I think it's because I was home all day. So I would get stuff done, excuse me, and then I'd go and I knit in the loft and hang out up here. But now when I'm home, Pat's home, and we kind of spend the time together watching stuff downstairs, so I just don't spend as much time by myself up here anymore. But yeah, so it's been going, and I think that's all the cows right now. If you want to donate to anything, please message me on Ravelry or Instagram. I'm pretty good with getting back. I also see anything on my Etsy site. So if you're trying to get in touch with me and I haven't answered you on another platform, I always do check the Etsy, so you can find that there. Speaking of Etsy, should I do this now or should I do this in the Battle Girl Studios? I will be doing a coupon code. It's going to be 10% off of skeins, and it's Spring Break 2018. And I'll talk more about the skeins that have inspired said Spring Break a little bit later. So that's about the 18th sew that I've done in 5 minutes. Cal's, intro, Ravelry, Instagram, Etsy. Let's move right into FOs. Okay. Ta-da! I love hats. I love hats for the quickness of the hat itself. Now, this one may look semi-familiar. Where's the sibling? There it is. Okay. I did the sibling over here. So this was the first one I did. And this is the Ombre Pixels, Ombre Rise, Ombre something. I will have to link it or hashtag it in the Instagram. So it's a free pattern on Ravelry. You can find it if you go to my projects page. So I had this one, and this one went really well. It was my first color work in a really long time. And then I did this one for their sisters. So I did this one for the other one, and then I realized that I had gone right into the color work, probably because I was so excited to do the color work, got right into the color work, and on this one I had knit a full inch before, and then I went right into the decreases like I had done for this one. So this is actually like an inch and a half shorter than the other one. Still fits. This is a adult head, so still fits the head, but my bad. Oops. So then I started grabbing the pom-poms and stuff, and I'm trying to see, go more like that. I like the pom-poms. I got this styrofoam head from AC Moore, I want to say, but I bet Michaels would have one in a similar fashion. Styrofoam head. Why won't you sit? There it is. So I was thinking the white pom-pom might be nice, or where did you go? There you are. There's a gray one that I thought could be really nice. Oh, so cute. But I don't know if the siblings are pom-pom people. I think they are, but I'm really not sure. So, first and only finished object. Oh, we have we got 2 grays, 1 white votes. They're they're super, super cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit these up. Already done that. I'm going to wrap these up for Christmas, and then I'm going to bring the pom-poms with me, and I'm going to offer to sew them on right there, because it takes 5 seconds. If they should wish the pom-pom, I will sew the snap-on right there. Hi, Alan! Oh, so good to see you guys. So yeah, it isn't that small, but it's definitely smaller. See if you can see. Oh, the tea made my nose run. I'm so sorry. I'm all sniffly now. It's definitely smaller. Oh well. This one's kind of big, and this one's probably right. I don't know. But 2 gift knits done. Very excited about that. And I had ordered a whole bag of pom-poms off of Amazon, and I really want to find one for that guy. Oh, I just think that pom-pom would look so cute. I don't know what yarn I want to put it with yet, but something. So yes, kind of hoarding these for now. I have to keep them aside until at least Christmas, until they are claimed or not claimed, and then I can claim them for myself if they don't want them. So yes, these are done. Put that there. Those are done. Sorry, the back of my head probably looks nuts. Hello. Oh, and I was a little bit busy. Took the 10 seconds to sew on my own pom-pom. So this is my new colorway for Christmas, Slughorn's Christmas Party. and the Slug Club type of thing. And yeah, there is going to be a Yarn and Charm club for the Slug Club colorway. So excited. It's also going to be available on DK Weight in case you want to make yourself a hat like I did, which I do love. I will say I did stockinette under here and then I did the ribbing, and I just wouldn't do that again. I would suffer through all of the ribbing because it just doesn't have the same amount of squish as the double ribbing does. So fair warning. But yeah, so I did a bright blue pom-pom. You can kind of see it in the light there. Ah, it's so fun. It like glows blue. And I just thought that that kind of added, I held up the black and I held up the gray, and I just felt like the gray was so normal. I don't know. It just didn't have any, like, I felt the blue just gave it that pop that it needed. So these are interchangeable. I mean, the snap is can be taken on and off. So if I really desperately wanted a gray one that day, I can do that, which is just so fun. So yes, these just came out of the package, so they're still fluffing, but I think with a little bit of timeout and a lot of, you know, foofing, it'll be just fine. Oh, so exciting. So yes, this is kind of finished too. Finished. Which brings us into whips. Now, this one I talked about 2 weeks ago, whenever I podcast last. Was it only a week ago? Yeah, but it was a Wednesday a week ago, and this is Friday, so it feels longer. Anyway, so this is Hedgehog Fibers in the 80/20. It's an 80/20. And it's coming along pretty nicely. I was doing a alternating skeins and kind of like loosening it as I went, because I wanted it to have a good amount of give at the same time. And last week I was worried that it would be too tight on my neck and that I should just rip the whole thing out. Well, so I detached it from the balls. I took all of the charms that were metal off. I soaked this and blocked it with like pins around it in a circle. And this is how it came out after blocking. Clearly the neckline is big enough. I don't think I need to worry. I don't know if I'll leave it as a rolled or if I'll just put the I-cord edge on like I normally do, but the neckline's huge. It's not going to be a problem. So now my next thought is knitting down slightly further, maybe about there, slightly further, separating the front and the back, knitting stockinette stitch on those, joining it again, and then going down the body. So that's the game plan, but I haven't done anything on it since. It would be a really good top to have, and I should be working on it, but again, I got distracted, so I will tell you why later. But yes, teeny, so excited. I'm so excited that that little experiment worked. I thought it might, and then it did. So last week, I think it was Julia. I have the wrong name, I'm sorry. A wonderful viewer of the podcast, who I believe is on today, sent me a copy of the Fingering Weight Boxy sweater so that I could, hello, she likes playing the ukulele too. Had sent me this Fingering Weight Boxy sweater pattern so that I could get through it and understand more, because I was just making everything up on that one. So kindly gifted to me. Now we were going, okay, so when I was here last, I had not dyed up any of the colors yet. Yes, it was Julia. I thought it was Julia. Okay, I was right. I hadn't dyed up any of the colors yet. So after we talked, I went downstairs. I dyed up 4 or 5 different, four new colors, and this was one of them. And this is Hagrid, and it's showing up. Yeah, it's probably a little more accurate there. It's a little too bright if I hold it up here, but you can see the stitches better. So for this, I cast on smaller than the smallest size, because I didn't want it to be like all the way down to my elbow with the ease. So this is Hagrid. I'm knitting it on a 6, US 6, and I have it all bunched up right now. It's just, oh, it's, right now it's at the easy point where, woof, fuzzies everywhere. Where I just go round and round and round and round. I have about 6.5 inches out of 17 inches. So, not quite half, but almost. So I've done a split hem, and it was all in the round, and I did the like 4, 5, or 6 inches of ribbing, and then I started up the body, and it was curling up on itself, and I was like, golly. So then I rewatched all of Amy Florence's podcast where she talked about her boxy sweater, which I realized they're almost the same color, which is why I was like, oh, this is why. This is why I was so sure that this color suddenly needed to be this boxy. Because it was hysterical. Because it was. Anyway, so this is it's one skein, and I still have this much. So I should get a few more inches, and I have a whole second skein ready to go, but I only have 2 because I dyed it up in 4s. No, I have 3. And I dyed it up in 5s. 2 of them are in the shop right now, because they don't go in they're one shade different than this, so I can't steal it for myself, so I put them in the shop. But yes, that is Hagrid in the shop, and it will be this like plum berry color. Yeah, so I picked up along the edge, and I knit back and forth on half the stitches at a time, in a 2x2 rib, and I did that for maybe 2-inch rib. It's a little jogged where I picked up the stitches and just started knitting. It's a design element, right? I don't know. It's a design element. I'm fine with it. So there it is. And this is available in the shop now. I have 2 skeins on a tweed base, and I have 2 skeins on the 80/20 base. And then once those sell out, I'll put up a poll of what base you want it on, and then I can list those. Yes. It's going to be very, very comfortable. It's going to be very, oh, alarm, sorry guys. It's going to be very, very wearable. It's just taking me forever right now, and I'm a little bit bored with the round and round, because I'm not round and round to the end, I'm round and round to the top. And for some reason, that's messing with my mind. I feel like it's not ending, ever. Working on it. I am actually going to try to follow the directions, because y'all know I don't do that a lot. I'm going to try to do the directions, the actual directions, but you can see this is a good color. I could rock this color. I'm thinking it would be a really nice sweater to have for like Thanksgiving, because then you can eat whatever you want and no one will ever know. True. Julia says, like, anyone who's noticing the hem shouldn't be staring there. Touche. But yeah, so it doesn't look terrible. It's almost half, it's like 1/3 and 2/3, so it almost looks like I did it on purpose. And only you will know. So yes, anyway, Hagrid is new to the shop. Very excited about this. Yeah. Oh, so excited. I love Hagrid. So much, which is why I did throw it onto a sweater immediately. And I worked on that the whole wedding weekend. So I knit on the drive up. I'm at the wedding, like literally at the wedding. I'm in the church an hour and a half early because I'm part of the family. So I'm knitting away. I think I got good 2 inches done at the wedding. It was good. And then on the way home, oh, and I have my baby mandrake. Little guy. Oh, I love him. This is by Lindsay of Simply Serving. And actually, there will be, this is all shop news that I should save for shop news, but there will be 6 more kits coming, is long story short. And I will chat about that again. That's that. Okay. Then I think the only other whip that I have is living in my Lila Styles Christmas bag. Why Christmas bag, Meg? Why are you drinking out of Christmas mugs and knitting Christmas things? It's March. I know it's March, but had a dream. Do you ever do this? Do you ever have visions of your stash and you just start mentally picking through and doing things? Is that just me? Because I do. That's how I like start to fall asleep at night, is like I'm thinking, oh, well, how could I fix that problem? What could I do better with this? What could I do with that? This is what I worry about. So, I had a peach colored sweater that I was designing, modeled after the Supergirl sweater that I had seen. And I was getting frustrated with it. I had ripped it out about 4 times, and finally I threw it in the bag and I left it in there, and I was done with it. And it was on, I think it's on Crazy 8, which is a base that's an 8-ply, and it's very squishy. Now I will be doing Christmas in July this year, yes. So all of you are normally gonna hang on till Christmas in July, unlike me, who is just like busting through Christmas things. But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I am done with that for now. I will come back to it later with different yarn and different needles, and I will attack it again. But in the meantime, I have these 4 skeins of squishy, like sport weight, DK weight yarn that are not getting used, and they're just sitting there, and it's breaking my heart. So what am I going to do with it? Well, I've been recently looking at a lot of boxies, and I decided that a red boxy, I still have Tifa on this. Like, seriously, this dog has never left. So I dyed all 4 skeins over with my Pepper Imps colorway, which will be available in the shop probably sooner than Christmas in July. I'd like to get it out sooner, but yeah. Hello. So this is Pepper Imps, and it's just a really nice cherry red, and with brunettes, I feel like really rock some red. Of course, blondes can too, but I personally do love red. It's power color for me. I feel strong in red. So I started making up my own boxy, because you know I do this. The minute I read through a pattern, I start picking it apart and going, well, what if I didn't have to do short rows? What if I didn't have to do that? What if I just did blah, 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 and then I get carried away. Anyway, this is 2 days. 2 days of work. Yeah. I went ham on this. Like, not even kidding. So this is the front. Very similar to the boxy, because I liked that knit, purl, knit pattern. So I kept that, and I decreased some stitches here to make it rounder, and I increased some stitches back here to make it rounder. I actually had a whole neckline on this last night, and I didn't like the rolled neck on this, so I think I'm going to do the I-cord instead. Excuse me. And I've gotten to about here under the arms, so that will fit. And just this morning I had increased by 20 stitches underneath the arm, and then I decided that I was only going to do 10, so I ripped it out and I did I did 10, and yeah, I got that much done since this morning. I just sat and had some coffee and breakfast and knit. That's all I want to do right now, is just sit and knit. I'm working on US 8s, and this is the Chiagu. Yeah, 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters. That's why it's huge. The front, yes, the front I knit on 7s, and I can actually feel the fabric difference between that 0.5 millimeter difference. It's a bit softer, a bit squishier, a bit bendier with that 8. I'm hoping that overall that won't affect it too much, and that it'll just drape once I wash it. I'm really counting on that, but I'm just really excited. I've got a red sweater, and this is not alternating skeins. I've used 2 skeins right now, and I don't think I can tell the difference at all. These are actually 2 different skeins. I knit from one ball and another ball. That's not too bad. So I was very pleased with this. I dyed all 5 in one pot, so that helps. But yes, yay! I think it's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna make the sleeves to like my elbow, so they're pretty short, and I'm just so excited. I just need the time now to sit and just plow through. I've got spring break coming up, so I'm thinking that this would be pretty easy to knit on oh, hi Connie, welcome. Be pretty easy to knit on the train ride up and back. So I need a 22-inch body -1 for blocking. So let's say a 21-inch body from the shoulders to the hips. I think that that's what I want. I don't want a very, very long one, but I want one when you sit down, you can feel the crease in between your leg and your hip. That is where I want it to lay, right where the hip and like right on my hip level. Not my natural waist with your belly button, but like lower on the hip. So yes, Pepper Imps coming to the shop soon. If anyone wants it sooner rather than later, let me know. I'll take some photos, and then I will be able to I don't know, do things. I'm so distracted with how much I love it. I just want to sit and knit on it now. That's why probably why I have red lipstick on. I have it in my head. I also had very puffy hair. There's the whole hair bun under there. I didn't know what to do with the hair today. I was gonna wash it, so I was like, all right, well, dirty it up some more, throw it into this thing, and then go take a shower. All right, Santa's Secret, so good. Sorry. All the Christmas things. Santa's Secret and my Christmas mug from Molly, from my friend Molly, my home friend, my Jersey friend Molly. Yay! Okay, so I think I beat that dead horse already. Pepper Imps. I will cut the tags, take photos, so just in case anybody wants it earlier rather than later. I know I've been craving a sparkly red, and I have a feeling that I'm going to need to dye up some sparkly Pepper Imps to put in the Christmas updates because this base is a Sport DK. I think it's called Crazy 8. It's very squishy. I think it's the 8-ply. I'm not, yeah. Yeah, it's the 8-ply, because each tail has 2 twists. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 4 tails together. Bam. So it's a Crazy 8, which is a Sport DK weight, which is why I'm knitting it on 8s, because the 7s just weren't giving me a soft enough thing. Oh, thank you. Loving with the red. I'm loving the red. It's a cool red. It's not an orange red. It's a cool red. And I think I prefer cool reds. So cool. There's another skein of it. So you can see I've done really good matching, which is why I'm not alternating skeins. It's not a waste of time. I don't want to say that. It's not a waste of time. But I have decided that if it's really bad, I'll rip it back. And if it works out, it works out. That's about where I am. I also think I need a whole fingering or sport weight sweater, like a boxy-ish sweater again. Maybe a pavement, because I do love my pavement. I was wearing it earlier, but the sun is coming in the window and it's very hot right here. This creates like a little heat box, and I'm under the heater, but I thought I didn't have the heat on, so it shouldn't be that bad, but it is. But I really want one in Hedwig, is the point of that. I really, really, really want one in Hedwig. So I might need 3 or 4 skeins of Hedwig, and I am just like itchy fingers. I want it so bad. We're going into, we're not in summer by any means. We had a snowstorm yesterday, but we're going into summer, so I feel like I need to like, need is such an odd word. I feel like I will want to be working on smaller projects because it'll be hot, and when we're traveling and such, it's hot. So I think the sock mojo will come back because I haven't touched my socks this week or last week. Like, I just feel like, who is this person sitting in front of you? Because I love socks, I do. But I'm just in a super sweater kick right now. And I just feel like you need to, sorry, I'm like getting yarn behind me. You need to go with things as you feel them. Do you know? Okay. So that about wraps up WIPs. Let's go into Bad Wolf Girl Studios. There is a coupon code in the shop on the skeins. I think I put all of the skeins on sale. I tried. Tried my darndest. If I missed something, I can try and help with that, so let me know if you're having problems. There are 4 new colors that I am working out right now. This one is Hagrid's Hut. And then this one is Hagrid. These are the 2 that are listed right now. These 3 are Beauxbatons. So these 2 are a little darker. This one's a little lighter. I was trying something with them. So if you prefer the lighter skein, put it in the comments. And if it's already been sold, I will message you back. If you prefer one of the darker skeins, put it in the comment in your order, and I will pack it up for you. Yeah, so this is a test. I'm not sure that any, I know, I definitely like the darker ones more. So I was trying to get more of the blue, but I think I'm going to, I have a skein of Fleur, which is this color. So I think I'm just gonna have Fleur and Beauxbatons, and Beauxbaton is not going to have green in it. I decided I don't like that there. So this one is a work in progress, but these are one of a kinds that will be available. I can do Hagrid's Hut on DK. Someone just messaged me on Etsy. I just saw their message. So, yeah, if after these sell out, if you want anything on a DK base, I bought DK, so I would have it. I can help you with that. This is it is nicer for spring. It's almost like a, so these 2 are on the 80/20 base. The rustic base is in the dryer right now. Do you want me to grab it? It's Neps. It's 85/15 with Neps in it. Those little flecky things. So yes, Beauxbatons, working on it. The color palette's in there somewhere. Just didn't, but I do like the darker rather than the lighter for that particular grasp. So yes, so far, all of these available in the shop. The coupon code is on them, and I will show you the Neps. Sorry, the dryer is right over here. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm back, and I have yarn. So this is Hagrid on the rustic base. And the rustic base basically means Neps. Not too bad. Still not dry, but not too bad. It's like a little bit damp right here, but working. Yeah, I really like Hagrid. This is why I'm making a sweater. And then this was All right, so Whomping Willow. Where's the other one? Ha ha ha. Whomping Willow. This is on 80/20. And this olive I'd like to make darker. Browns and greens and blacks I'm really loving. Sorry, am I moving too much? So you got Whomping Willow. And then, so this is Whomping Willow version 1. This is Whomping Willow version 2. So, I'm not sure if one should overtake the other or if one would be a brand new color eye. So I could do like Whomping Willow and Devil's Snare. Sorry, it's the tie. Because they are very different. Now this is also on the rustic base. Look at those little tweeds. Ooh, I love it. Love it so much. So this was Whomping Willow reimagined, but now that I'm thinking about it, since they are so different, Whomping Willow and Devil's Snare could be two very fun colors. So what I think I will do is pop them on the table over here in a hot second and take some photos. This I already took photos of. This was still in the dryer. It's dry enough, I could take a photo. That would also be so pretty. I just keep doing this next to my head. Like, oh, this would go with my hair. This would go with my hair. Fade. Dude, you're so on it. I have been thinking about this palette. Like, there's something here. At least, like, there's something in the colors that I have right now. They're in there. And like Hedwig would probably go into some, like maybe Padfoot, Hedwig, Padfoot, Hagrid's Hut, Whomping Willow, Devil's Snare. I don't know what could go next, but yeah, that is so there. I don't know if this works in anyway, but anyway, it's like an odd rainbow. I'm in a mood. I don't think my colors normally look like this, so I must be I'm in a groove. I'm in a mood groove. Oh my golly, so gorgeous. So hopefully these will add some life into the shop. It's been a little slow since UIF, and I understand everybody's been saving and waiting and doing things. So of course I don't blame you all at all. I'm sure that we're all doing a bit of the same thing. I'm looking forward to Maryland Sheep and Wool. I will be there. I am so excited. So, yay! All right. I also have 2 drinks of tea. I also have... Somebody asked me for... Oh my gosh, the fuzz. Somebody asked me for drop cloth on DK, but then they never bought it. I listed it and it was never bought. So I'm sharing it on here because it exists and I feel like it needs a good home. I think it would make a fantastic hat. I think it would make a fantastic cowl. I've almost stolen it a couple of times myself. Just so pretty. So this is drop cloth on DK, 264 yards. Look at that little guy. I love it. So, ta-da! Jody's new hat pattern. Thanks, Julia. Yeah, so bam. And then I have been dyeing up for the Yarn Club in Virginia Beach. Andrea and I had been chatting, and we got a nice set of orders together. So this one is, oh my gosh, you guys, inspired by my Legally Blonde kids that they're doing right now. Still got the tag on it, so don't worry about that, but so pretty. I love it. This is more accurate. Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I think that this would go really, really well with these. And then, of course, I have Hedwig back here. And I'm just thinking, like, a whole sweater in Hedwig. I think I might need that. Ba-da-bum. Yeah. Yeah. Something. I don't know. Okay. So, yes, I just wanted to show that because I was having a little love affair with it. And boop. There you go. Put high grade back there for now. That's kind of more accurate of how it shows up. It's not quite that dark, but it's pretty deep. It's deep, you know, it drinks black coffee. It's deep. I do love Hagrid. You can see the variations between having the tweeds and the merinos. It does show up a little bit differently, but I do love it. I love Hagrid so much. And I want to thank all of you for your interest and your feedback. I'm thinking I will definitely make these 2 different colorways, and that means I have to try and repeat them. So I know what I did. I know what I did for this one. I'm pretty sure I know what I did for this one. So maybe today I'll try to make one more of each to prove to myself that I do know what I did to make them. Sometimes happy accidents happen and then you can't get them back. It's tough. So I'm gonna do my best to recreate one of each. And that way I'll know. Do we like the lime green or the bright green in this? Or should I just have like dark sage, light sage, gray, brown? Oh, yep. Yes, yes. No. Yes. All right. Well, we'll see how round 2 goes and see if I can work it out. Oh, golly. Okay. Yes, keep. Okay, I think the keeping is winning. Whomping Willow makes me picture darker greens. Yes, I do want to make that olive a little bit deeper. Speaking of darker greens, I have a little bit of stash enhancement. I had purchased worsted weight Knit Picks Brava in the Hunter colorway. Looks like this. And again, I was like, oh, green, that would look great with my hair. It's a very, very pretty green. I'm trying to, you can see it, it has a lot of color. Yeah, I do love it. I bought like 7 skeins of it in worsted weight in acrylic. I was thinking of making a boxy with it, and then I was worried about, you know, yeah, I was worried basically about overheating. So I asked on Instagram whether people, you know, felt like I would be too warm in it or this and that. I mean, I live in Maryland, so it doesn't get that cold, and I always wear coats. So I do like that wool breathes, and this doesn't have that in it. So this might be a shawl. This might be, what else? Might make a shawl for my mother-in-law for Christmas, because she hasn't gotten anything from me knit-wise in like 3 years. So I think that she needs something new. And now my skills are definitely better. Like 100%, I've gotten way better over the last 2 to 5 years. So I think that she might want this. and that would mean 2 or 3 of the balls would be gone. And then I could knit up like a little lap blanket, which would be good for warm, but then when you get hot, you can just throw it off. Or I can knit my grandmama shawl because she likes being hot because she's 80. No, 90. She's 95. She's 95. She's 95. She's 95. So they just don't keep heat in their body. It's too hard. So I'm thinking something like this would be good for her. I have heavily debated making that boxy, but I'm so worried about being too warm. And I feel like maybe if I do make the boxy, I should give it to my grandma because she could handle the warmth. So just sharing some thoughts. That's one. And then I got from a Homespun House, who's Molly, I got the Cloak of Invisibility, along with the Resurrection Stone and wand, the wand, Resurrection Stone, Elder Wand. There we go. I don't know where my head went for a second there. I was like, oh my word. So here's the set. And I know Molly said that she was like closing the kits up for a while and they weren't coming back for a bit. And I knew if she didn't do them ever again, I was going to be upset that I hadn't gotten them in the first place. I knew it. So I did. There it is. The cloak, the wand, the stone. So pretty. She does beautiful work. Absolutely beautiful work. I knew I was going to regret not having them. So now I'm trying to figure out where to put the minis. I think I might do a shawl mixed with something like Hagrid. Maybe something like, not sure quite Hagrid, but something like, go back there. Something like Hagrid. That would like be able to do kind of like this, where I would have a section and then the middle section and then maybe the trim done in the last one. Yeah, I think it's in there somewhere. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but I couldn't pass it up. I had to know it was mine. And Molly does such beautiful work. And then the last of my installment came in. I had bought the January, February, March club from Homespun House with Simply Serving Designs. Currently, Simply Serving is not doing their charms anymore, but she's still selling charms on her own shop. And then she's doing some charms with me, which is really exciting. And Molly has Sue Grey Miniatures that's working with her, and she does gorgeous work. So also, she just got the most adorable husky that I love looking at. Anyway, so this is a Homespun House, the third in the Sock March Club colorway, and it's called Sirius's Gift. So I was in between, is Sirius's Gift Pigwidgeon, or is Sirius's Gift a Firebolt? Because I couldn't decide which the colorway was. It kind of could be either for me. So depending on what I want to make it, I guess. But this is obviously Pigwidgeon. I can't get him to focus on it and not me. Try, focus on him. So it's a little gray owl, so cute, little Pigwidgeon. And then all these like gorgeous speckles. I'm just trying to like move the ball band so you can see it. I thought about trying to get all of Molly's colorways into a fade somehow, like a sweater or something, because I have quite a few of them now and I'm becoming a little connoisseur. Can't believe it. And then my last purchase was these two, because I thought that they would make a really good hat together with the ombre pixelation that I was doing before. They're Brava worsted in the mulberry and seraphim colorways. Yeah, it's more accurate. But then I was thinking, I might want to do this one with gray because it goes really well. So I might be on a mild pause, but I'm thinking, oh, hello, Nicole. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do like gray to Seraphim, and then like maybe a silver to Mulberry. I have 2 different hats. I'm very into the hats right now because they are just so fun. Yeah, so I'm thinking that this one needs to be a hat because that just looks so pretty. I also, I got an idea for someone that I want to make them a hat soon so that they can still wear it before it gets too warm. So I might be working on that pretty soon. So yes, just these 2. Just some basic acquisitions. Now that I have a giant mess around me, there's stuff everywhere. Oh, good golly. Oh, what did I forget? Oh, the homespun house came from The Boy Who Lived. It's like a little pin. I got it. Can you see it? Yeah. It's a little pin that came with the trio. So cute. So cute. Okay, I'm looking around. I think that's everything. And I'm looking at my notes, and that brings us to Babel. Yay! All right, and we're still under an hour. Not bad at all. I knew that the podcast was just going to be a ridiculously long one if I didn't do anything this week. So let's get some needles up, and I will chatter away. So, things that have been going on. I am currently setting up our art show at school. So everything is Under the Sea themed. It's so cute. Some of the kids we've done little oyster shells, starfish, sea turtles. I've done, my friend, a woman that helps out as an aide, she punched out all of these little like die cut fish for me, and I'm having all of the kids write something nice about the school or a class or just writing their favorite subject or something. So yeah, I'm putting them, and they're swimming down the hall right now like in schools of fish. I love bad puns. So that's been a lot of fun, but a lot of work. Not only getting everything done in time for this pre-spring break, trying to get everything up. I was going to assemble it over spring break, but now I'm not spending my time here, so I have to get it done earlier rather than later. So that's been a lot of hours. And what else? I started watching 13 Reasons Why. Very sad show to watch, really. It is. It's not like a happy show by any means. It's thought-provoking. It's very well done, I think, but it's definitely not a feel-good show. So if you're in a bad mood, it's not the one to cheer you up. I've also been rewatching How to Train Your Dragon. I watched both movies last week, and now I am rewatching the entire series in the background as I dye yarn. So that's been pretty fun. What else? I been watching anything else? We're watching a few things like The Flash, and we've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we've been watching Supergirl, we've been watching, there's another one I'm forgetting, Legends. So, hi Lindsay! Our Charmis herself is here. I've got a little adipose that I still need to set up the giveaway for. I'm so sorry. I do. And because it's a Christmas sweater, it needs a little bit of some pudding. Some Christmas pudding. All right. What else? I really want to get the sleeves on my Weasley sweater because I really am like this close to having a sweater. If I worked on those sleeves for a week, not even, at night for a week, I would have sleeves. I would be done. I would have a full functioning sweater, and I could always duplicate stitch the letter later. Duplicate stitch is kind of like a popcorn thing. Once you start it, it's okay, one more, one more, one more, one more. Kind of like cross stitching. I bet that's how it feels. You know, you start a pattern, you start cross stitching, and then you're like, oh, just one more thing, one more thing. The picture's almost there. When I did the last duplicate stitch project, I really got sucked in. So that was really, really fun. What else? The kids are gearing up for the play. Oh no, I'm frozen. Am I frozen to you? Let's see. All right. Well, I shall keep talking and see if I unfreeze at any point. Oh, still frozen? Yeah, can you hear me? Guess you can hear me. Why am I frozen? What can I do about this? Hello? Oh boy. Sorry guys. Terrible freeze too. Thanks, YouTube. Really flattering. Good lord. Alright, well apparently it's done with